Good morning from Bali. I've been here now for 3 weeks and it's so beautiful, the life here. Every time I come back, I'm like, why did I leave? It has been so lovely, and I'm going to bring you on a day with me. This is my bike, so a lot has happened since we last spoke, and I have finally, after 2.5 years in Bali, learnt to ride my own scoopy. I'm a little like wobbly, but I'm proud still. All right. I made it safely, but as I started driving, the empty petrol sign started flashing. I was like, wow, okay, new driver and potentially going to break down. But I made it. I'm going to worry about that after yoga. Yeah. It's right. Basically, that's what I'm going through. Oh, I've got a real thing for black cats as well. They're so special. Oh. Oh, yoga just makes me feel instantly calm and grounds me. And that was such a beautiful practice. It was a power flow here at the path, and it's like down a little alleyway. It's like this little, peaceful haven in Praranan. And I find it's like a time to come back to myself, to like tune into my body. How am I really feeling? And it's all about the shavasana, the meditation at the end of the actual practice. And that's something that I really discovered, I suppose, in India, of how the yoga practice, the physical asana, is all about building yourself up to the meditation. So yeah, I definitely felt that today. It was just strong power flow followed by just coming back to yourself in meditation. So, yeah, now I need to go and find petrol. This is Bear, our neighbour's cat. She's so lovely. Hi, darling. Oh, yes, you want to cuddles. So I found petrol. I kind of had to drive up and down this very long road trying to find petrol. And I had just like this flash on my bike constantly. I was like, wow. And it's one of my first journeys out on my own on the bike. So I was already like a little bit nervous. So that was just like an additional test. But it's so funny, like when these challenges and tests happen, even if it's something like, hey, Baggy, even if it's something like petrol running out in your car, or for example, on my way back just now from coffee, the road that I would normally take is blocked. So I had to go down like a main road. So they're like quite minor, mundane things, right? But these are the kinds of things that would have stressed me out in a previous life, you know, just like made me more nervous, made me more anxious, like, oh, why is that road closed and where's the petrol? But there's something about being here in Bali where it's so conducive to just relaxing, going with the flow. I was just like, okay, Bali, you're giving me a test. I see what you're doing here. You want me to get better at driving and like make decisions quickly. And this is just a test and a challenge to learn from. This is all getting quite deep and profound for a bike running out of petrol. I suppose like the thoughts that were just coming to me were how in life, when these challenges are thrown our way, as they always are in life, right? No matter how small, no matter how big, they're always going to happen. I feel like we have a choice as to like whether they stress us out. And there's obviously like a line here. Of course, some things are going to stress us out and cause all kinds coming up for us. We have a choice as to whether we want to go with that flow and ride that wave and learn from it, grow from it, and see it as a lesson. Or it can stress us out. And yeah, it's in these little moments where you have that choice. It's an opportunity to feel grateful for the challenge because the challenges are there to grow from. So that was just a little thought, a profound thought while on my bike. And Bear's sleeping away here, listening away. What a beautiful cat. Like, I was thinking literally the day before I flew to Bali, how eventually when I do settle and find my own home and, you know, spend some time, oh, you need to see this. Oh, she was just like rolling around. Yeah, I was literally thinking the day before I flew to Bali that when I'm settled and have my own home, I would love to have a cat, look after a cat, but not just any cat, a Siamese. I grew up with Siamese cats. My grandma, my mum, we've always had Siamese cats and they're so beautiful. If you've ever had a Siamese, you know what I'm talking about. They're more like humans and they talk to you and they're just, oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cats. And arrived here and then my neighbour has this beautiful cat. I was like, did I manifest this, Bear? Did I manifest you? So I'm just here journaling away with Buddha. I wish that you could be here right now to just smell this incense. It is so lovely and this has become part of my routine actually. Every morning, every evening, I light some incense and it just, I love setting the scene, you know, the ambience, it's everything. But yeah, I'm just journaling and this has become part of my daily routine. I have a personal journal here and after yoga or my workout and after a coffee or matcha, I start journaling. Even if it's just a page, sometimes it's like 3 or 4 pages and it really helps me just like center myself and start the day, and any kind of thoughts, ideas that come to me, it all comes in here. No matter like how ridiculous or how profound and deep or how basic and simple. Like today I was talking about routines and how important having like a structured daily routine is for me. So that went straight in the personal journal. But also I've got my work one, and this is something I only started like a year ago, I want to say, having a personal and a professional journal. This one is more like to-do lists and yeah, anything to do with like ideas that I want to do with my career and like my purpose, what my offering is, and how I want to do that. Like no matter how crazy the ideas are as well, they go in here. And I think it's really important to document them. You know how often you have like little sparks of like ideas of like, oh, that would be cool, something to create, something to do. Document it, create it, because you never know. One day you might read over that and think, that was a great idea, I'm going to do that. So yeah, I've just been scribbling away here. And I've got my cards as well. They're oracle cards and they give you positive messages. And I definitely work well, I respond well to positive reinforcements, you know? It's like if you're told, one just popped straight out, Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. I'm going to lay these cards out and pull a card for you. I normally do this, you know, I just like lay out the cards and pull a card or two, and the messages are so beautiful. The words are so, so lovely. But I normally do it for myself. But I'm going to do this one for you. So let's see what comes out. We've already got Akasha. That card jumped straight out for you. So I'll read you that one. These are different to tarot. These are beautiful messages of light and guidance. It's this one here. Oh, yes. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? That's kind of like what I was just saying about writing down your little ideas. That's what I'm getting from this. It's like trust that little niggling feeling. Is there something you want to do, something you want to start and create? But let's read it. Let's see what it says. Trust the niggle. That niggling feeling, that annoying niggling feeling, that inconvenient, annoying niggling feeling. We've all been there. Try as you might, it's there, and it ain't going anywhere. Most people spend years ignoring their niggling feelings, throwing their best dollops of stubbornness, ego, and post-rationalization to numb them out. It's exhausting, and until you face the niggle, life just throws you more bait to awaken it. To draw your attention to the light within you that is bursting to come out. The niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. The relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that needs to be made, the stone in your shoe. Often we feel the niggling feeling in our body first. Many people think that intuition is something from the higher realms, but in fact it is your body that is the intuitive one, working through our senses to deliver vibrational information. It takes just a moment every day to scan your body, to receive the intuitive intelligence and act on it quickly. You are being called to face the niggle now. If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and more obvious in your path, and then you will likely regret that you didn't answer the niggle in the first place. I know it's scary, but you are safe. Answer the niggle now. What is your niggling feeling trying to tell you? Yeah, that niggle can tell us to go one way or the other, right? And that can be anything to do with work, your career, your home, your living situation, your relationship, friends, family. It can really be anything. And I personally so often have like this connection to my inner voice, and sometimes I don't like what it tells me. So I'm kind of like, I brush it aside. I'm like, oh, that niggling feeling, let it go, whatever. But it always comes back. And this card is right. It will come back tougher, stronger, and more obvious until you notice it. And that can often be a physical thing as well. I'll quickly read you Akasha because I love this card. It's very special. I don't know if you know about Akashic records. They're quite an interesting concept to look into. So Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Akasha exists in the 5th dimension and the library of souls. All soul contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future, and can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned. Soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you chose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it is divinely guided and will not bypass you. If you are waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey, and you are exactly where you need to be. This is very exciting indeed. It is time to call in the support of your helpers both in the physical realm and the spirit world, to trust the signs coming, to take note of your dreams, to notice any feelings or visions that you receive, for you are tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha and you are being given the go-ahead to proceed. Those cards are so aligned. I love it. There you go. There's both of them. They're beautiful. And they actually work very well together. So is there something that you've been putting off? Something that you've had a niggling feeling about, but you've been waiting for a sign to go ahead? Trust the signs and go for it. Do it. Step into the unknown. I've come to such a sweet little cafe that I haven't been to before. It's called Clove in Sesse, and I've booked for a massage. I'm so excited. There's a new little spa down the road. Literally, I think it's just on the corner down there, called Cloud. And again, I've never been, and I've booked myself in for an afternoon 60-minute massage. I'm so excited. And so I just thought I'd come here for some food beforehand. It is like one of the realities, I suppose, of being here. You probably see on Instagram how like peaceful and calm Bali is, which it is. But the roads are kind of crazy, and so a lot of the cafes are like literally positioned on the road, like you can see all of the bikes lined up here. Um, but it's okay, it's all good. You kind of become immune to the bikes. I don't know if you can hear me here at the beach. The waves are so loud. Oh, I love the sound. Massage was incredible, and it was right on the seafront, so I've just popped down to dip my toes in the water. And it's amazing how learning to ride the bike has provided me with so much freedom. It reminds me of when I was 18 and got my first car, Peugeot 206. And like just that feeling of driving around on your own for the first time is just like, oh, I'm free. And I've had that same feeling with this bike at 32. Afternoon snack, papaya and dragon fruit. These are amazing. I know I'm like a broken record when it comes to dragon fruits when I'm in Bali, but they're just something else. Like, look at this colour. Unbelievable. Also, there's no chopping board here in this villa, which is like very Bali villa. There aren't ovens here, not very often anyway. So it's not like very common to cook much here, which I really, really miss because, as you know, I love cooking. So it is a downside that I find, like when I'm here in Bali, I don't really cook, not in the way that I would back home in London, where I'm like always cooking delicious meals for dinner. Yeah, here it's more like smoothies and fruit and just very, very light things. And yeah, like ovens aren't very common in the villas anyway. So that's why I'm using a plate, because I haven't got hold of a chopping board yet. And now the papaya. I just love all of these like tropical fruits that I don't really eat when I'm back home. Look at that. And I keep the seeds actually because you can dry these, and when I'm back home you could roast them, but here I just dry them, and you can put them in a salt and pepper grinder, well, pepper grinder, and it acts as like a natural parasite killer. Not the most glamorous, but it works. And I first noticed that over here in some of the cafes, instead of salt and pepper, they had salt and papaya seeds. And it has like a really strong peppery taste. And you can actually do full like parasite cleanses by eating these papaya seeds. It's really not nice. They're very bitter. Not the easiest to do, but sometimes these things need to be done in hot climates. Okay, the secret to papaya and like watermelon is lime. I never used to like papaya, but then as soon as I put some lime juice on it, it's like it just brought out all the flavour. So Yeah, now it's a must. Papaya, watermelon, need a bit of lime on the side. Just brings out all the flavour. So I'm just squeezing loads of lime on there, and then I'm going to make it all pretty with some extras. Okay, I have some almonds and coconut flakes. All of these ingredients, by the way, I order straight to the house from the local stores, and I love that they come in paper instead of plastic. It's like the natural zero waste stores, but we pay an absolute fortune back home in London for zero waste stores. There we go, delicious. I just love all the colours, look at that. So I've topped the papaya and dragon fruit with lime juice. We have some almonds, chia seeds, and coconut, and extra lime for extra zestiness. So my evening ended up being lovely. I ended up going to the gym, and that's where I filmed outside with, it looks like a jungle, right? Like the swimming pool and just so many plants and the spotlights around, just, oh, it looks so pretty. So I went there just to use the outdoor area. So I used the steam room, the ice bath a little bit, and the hot tub. And then from there went to this amazing Korean spot and just had this bibimbap. Is that what they're called? They're like these big Buddha bowls, I suppose, with loads of different components and rice, kimchi, tofu, and you mix it all together and it's absolutely delicious. So I had that for dinner. It's at a place called Suki Roll, and I only discovered it last week and I'm obsessed already. And then yeah, I've just come home. I've made myself a tea. This is the tea I bought and it looks pretty brewed now. How pretty is that? I don't know if you can see all the flowers that are in there. I think it was ginger, rosella, and lemon. Pink tea. Love that. And then I also used the hair mask, and that already, like obviously it's not dry, but it's feeling really, really soft. So I think it's done the job. It's worked its magic. And yeah, I'm just going to enjoy my tea, wind down a little bit. I might kind of entertain myself a little bit on Pinterest. I'm obsessed, like I'm just always creating new boards of like different ideas and even like home decor, you know, just everything. Pinterest, oh, I love it. But yeah, other than that, early night and back to it in the morning. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.